months. So YouTube's going to be longer than Facebook. So hi everyone, I got crazy hair today. Boop boop. And yeah, I'm just going to press the go live and surprise everybody. It says add a title. No, I'm not going to. Even though I put Mother's Day special here because I hope a lot of mothers are out there getting rest and being outside if it's nice and warm out. This is for you to watch whenever you have time. So I'm going to put a lot of information in here. Just have to really get organized with my thoughts. I brought out some chart papers that I had from last show. Just give me a second. I'm going to pull my drinks over here. Yes, you're getting the full experience today. The full ill-prepared. First, personally, I have karma back in my life. If you don't know who karma is or what karma is, it's my motorhome. Yes, it was quite a day. Thanks to Ames for driving me out there and going and getting my RV. It took about 8 hours to, no, I'd say 6 hours to start. Yes, about 6 hours to start. Just because we had some faulty equipment and then we got it properly sorted. I literally said, I need a man's help here. And Starter Spice or Hutterite Spice came to the rescue. I go, what's your spice name? He goes, how about Hutterite Spice? I didn't name him that. No, he's not a Hutterite, but I thought it was funny. And then after he started Karma, I'm like, you can be called Starter Spice. So that's my funny story of the day, and it drove like a dream all the way. No issues at all. If you're watching Bond Spice and Smoky Spice, thanks again for everything. And that was it was a good trip coming from, it was, I don't know, yeah, about 150K plus. But get a load of the synchronicities. In the vehicle on the way there, the odometer said 4,333.3. We took a picture. My little Karma, which is a 1978, said 7,888.8 or whatever. It says 78,000. It has 70, not quite 79,000 kilometers on it. Yeah, she runs pretty good. So, and she weathered the winter really well. So if you want to know how to keep rodents out of anything and bugs, hear me, people, you listening? It's not mothballs. Bay leaves. Put bay leaves everywhere. Every drawer, in your cabinets. Make sure you take your potatoes out that were in your pots and pans cupboard. Thank God they were on top of one of those mats. But yeah, put bay leaves everywhere, 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 everywhere. And I don't know if I'm going to go on the road. Everybody's like, I'm going to go on the road. Not for right now. No, I'm going to get I'm going to get a tune-up done on the RV first. Okay, so on with the show. So I'm going to answer some of the comments. I go in heart comments, but sometimes I don't answer them because I want you to come watch the show and I'll answer them. One of the comments was, who's Phil? I'm just going to say, people are going to be annoyed when I talk about Phil if you don't like him. I'm just going to say, what other person has gotten their followers $14 million from the government? So, who's Phil? Phil Godlewski, that's who I speak of. He came on the scene a couple of years ago, I think, on Rumble, D-Link, all of that stuff, maybe even 3 years ago. Who do I think he is? He's definitely, in my mind, in my timeline, Snowden, anonymous, maybe has some connections to Loop, Pool. I think he is those accounts. I think he helps operate the AIs and postings between other Twitter accounts. so that everything falls into place. He's the guy, I think the Snowden movie was created because he's actually the creator of the program Prism. So if you don't know anything about computer programming and all that, it's a little bit weird, but go watch the movie Snowden and just take some notes on what he tells, as if you were interviewing the guy. That's what I did. I'm like, okay, what does he say he does? What does he say his dad does? I wrote all of it down. And then I just started discerning, and I didn't even know that Phil was the guy who created Prism until I made the video of Who is Q. Now, I do believe Q is a military operation, firstly. And there's a lot of people who do not believe the Q movement. Every time I say it, they get triggered and they're like, that's just a psyops. Well, I'm going to explain just for everybody what's happening and why I think um, it's kind of an interesting, it's like a puzzle. So, what is that? Well, people who've been following along know it is a bunch of posts. I think there's almost up to 5,000. The last one's really interesting. But they're all about people, anons, going and deciphering the messages. Now, some of them, and of the things that you're seeing right now in the news and coming out, are literally something that was in a Q post 3 years ago. So, I'm just going to say that's, yeah, that. So, who do I think this guy is? Well, I think he is, his father was a CIA dude. This Phil guy's, his father was a CIA dude. And he was in a high level bit of operation. And I think if you do think that he was Snowden and you did watch the movie, then you do see the point that he is the one who would be helping reveal some of the information or maybe create a new internet. Just saying. So he also promotes you buying gold and silver especially. And anyway, so that's my opinion on him. If you didn't watch the last live, I recommend you do. It was a good live. I've watched, I don't know, 45 minutes of it. I still got to watch the rest. So I'm just going to talk about one of the things he talked about there on his Intel drop. And if you don't believe him, let's see if it comes true. That's all I got to say about these people. Let's see if these things come true. And he's been right on a lot of stuff. So, okay. So he says that soon, or just last week, I looked at what he said in his video about his intel, and it was May 11th. May 11th, somebody, he didn't say male or female, committed suicide. And it's a big deal. Like, it's a big person that would, and everybody knows them, older people and younger people. So that was pretty much all the clue that was there. And got called a coward. That person got called a coward. So it got me thinking, and I'm like, we were talking about on my last show, I think, about whether or not the Pope would be the first arrest. But let's just throw this idea out there, and I'm going to give you two options that I was thinking of, okay? That even if kids knew. Okay, first would be obviously the Pope, but what would be the most sinful thing that the Pope could do but kill himself? Because it's a sin, right? So that would shock the world completely and set off a chain of events with the bank, the Vatican Bank, yada, yada, yada. The cabal would have no... See, I say that and it flashes green. You're welcome. Oh, he's on later. Okay, good. So if it was like, I like analyzing some things people say, obviously. If it was him, the Pope, then it definitely would wake up the whole entire wide world. Why would he kill himself? You know? So Pope on the rope is kind of my first theory. My second theory is King Charles. He doesn't reign long, but what would be even more funny was to take out a monarchy by the king being the Charles. We all know it's an actor anyways, but anyways, I hope you know it's an actor by now. You're looking at pictures before and after. Please know that it's an actor and you're watching a movie. So let's say this King Charles or Chuck commits suicide. That would really wipe out uh the monarchy. Yeah, and Patty says the Pope was with Zelensky yesterday, and they gave the famous handshake with the Masonic handshake and stuff like that. If you didn't catch that, but anyways, and then I go back and I think maybe and I didn't even look this up, so correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't Trump go to visit the Pope before the uh, lizards? I'm not sure. But that would be an interesting to see if that mirrored a time event correlation. You know, I tried to look it up when she died versus when he went and visited, and the numbers were kind of interesting to go and look at the Q posts. So, anyways, I put the Pope kills himself in gematria, and it came up with 1122, and I was like, that's kind of cool. I didn't put King Charles kills himself. But the reason why I'm leaning more towards the Pope, because when I've been doing these decodes, especially on day 122, I'll never forget this. Elon and his tweet about Vice News and the donkey SEX. I was like, what the heck kind of day is this going to be? But I went and put donkey SEX into gematria, and it was all the same things as I think it even said 122 in there. Like, it was just crazy. It was exactly what it was, a mirror of day 122. So, and in that it said Pope Francis or Papa Francisco or some crap like that. It was spelled a couple different ways. So I think like way more weirder, I think, than other people think, but whatever. So those are my theories, like, because truthfully, we would be all happy. Think of the collective consciousness of the truthers if the Pope was found on a rope. Like, woo! Woo! Yeah, and Patty says Charlie Boy is king of Israel now too. So interesting. So if you guys didn't see the Treasury lady, what's her name? It's probably him anyways, but saying that money was going to run out by June 1st. What day are we on right now? May 14th. It's actually May 1st in the Julian calendar, but yeah, if it's May 14th and there's 31 days, that's 17 days left to really could happen before. So, and people are asking me, does this affect Canada? Yes, 100%. 100%. All of the system has to come down in my eyes. And I kept a couple of chart things. Oh, here's the BlackRock Aladdin. Do, 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 do. So I don't need that. So, yeah, all of these things, I don't know what's forward and backwards because one's forward and one's backwards. On, I think Facebook is backwards. But anyways, all these things have to be dismantled. All of them broken because they're all held in when we were under duress and under ignorance, basically. I can't remember what that word is called. But Mark K. Christopher, I think that's his name. Anyways, I posted him a video about him in 2020 saying that all debts and mortgages have been forgiven because of the contracts. And he explains the language in the contracts. What do I think of Nancy Drew? Yeah, Patty's asking me, what do I think of Nancy Drew? I think she does a good job posting what's going on. I don't know. if I lived in DC, I would want to do what she was doing because I like doing that where I am now. So interesting if you do live in Calgary. For most of them, there's a lot of Facebook friends that live in the city here. So I didn't see a lot of RCMP out on the highway when on my journey. Maybe because I had a cloak of invisibility, but um, the other day when I was going to visit my youngest son across the city, I have to take a bus, a C train, and then walk uphill. So it's, about an hour and a half journey home. And I was going down, I was walking down 14th Street, and there was going to be a rainstorm. So I decided to jump on the bus instead of walking to the train, which is about, I don't know, 20 blocks. And I'm waiting, going up the street. So way down the street, I see this big pile of flashing lights. I'm like, what is going? I don't want to know. It's 14th Avenue. I don't know. I'm just gonna keep walking. And so I light up my doob, and somebody asked me if I smoke cigarettes. I do not smoke cigarettes. Okay, I only smoke cannabis. So anyhow, I light up my doob. I'm walking down the street, and then all of a sudden I turn and look over to my shoulder, and one there's a big gang of, and I'll call them a gang of biker cops, and it's one Calgary City Police in red and one sheriff in blue. One Calgary City Police, one sheriff in blue. One Calgary City Police in red, one city police or sheriff in blue. And so it was like that on and off. And then there was a ghost car full of about two sheriffs, like one cop and one sheriff for sure, following this procession to go downtown. And it was around 4 o'clock. Anyways, so uh the RCMP of north of Calgary stole your car yesterday. Yeah. Oh man, this has got to come to an end pretty soon, I tell you. But when you're driving, I'm telling you guys right now, before I continue the story, when you go out, ask for protection and invisibility. This is to everyone who lives in, I guess, some sort of, I don't want to call it the F word, but if there's some bad energy you feel coming about you, you need to do that because it's all right now, all or nothing. So, anyways, where was I going with this? This is or the sheriffs and the cops, and they were going downtown. I get on the seat, I hop on the bus. I'm like, oh wow, shit must be going down and something, whatever. And I get on the C train, and at City Hall, the same sheriff, sheriff, cop, cop, cop. Down at Earlton, sheriff, cop, 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 cop. Down all the way, like all the way at the platforms. And then I get home and I find out that somebody got stabbed on the C train in the morning. And I'm like, oh man, and we've had a lot of these incidences, and I've told you guys this too. Protect yourself. Armor of God, exactly. Happy Mother's Day, everybody keeps saying. Um, uh, yes. Happy Mother's Day to me. Yes, and definitely I'm like, put protection around yourself always. I'm gonna put my glasses on. I've got the craziest hair. You should have seen it a little while ago. Um, I want to kind of explain the two systems. And I want to, so if I don't get to it, somebody remind me. Stan McDonald, it was 6 months, yes, it was the fake did the 666 thing, yeah. 23rd of the moon phase in 13-month calendar. Kind of reading. Okay, I'm reading a whole bunch of comments at the same time, sorry. So, yeah, no, people here too, Sonia. Yeah, Alberta is way more awake, but people here are still wearing MASKSs. Like, they're not real people. They're there to lower your vibrations. Those are people that are, I don't believe, going to be proceeding with us in the in the groove. Their vibrations are so programmed to be low that that's what's happening. So I do want to talk about that a little bit too, because a couple of things. Yes, and I saw somebody say this. WWG, yeah. So, okay, so I do want to talk about the vibes that are happening right now. There are what we're coming to right now. So let's just pretend 5D, like if we go with the timeline, which Phil never talks about timelines. He actually said that word together. It's two words, but it's one word, my word. So if you go with his timeline and many other people's timeline of saying the end of June, by the end of June, everybody will know what we know or they won't. Okay? So I'm just going to explain what that means in what I believe. Okay? And I talked about this in 2020, thinking that, oh, it was going to happen any day now, and it didn't. But think about how crazy those vibrations were. We're still in here, wah, trying to get through here, wah, and 4D is truth. So if we talk about what's going on literally on our flat Earth planet, is people here living in the vibrations of fear or guilting or shaming or I told you so or less than, or I don't know what's going on with my computer. I think my computer's unplugged. Just give me a second. It's being very glitchy today. So it starts fading out. And I'm like, what the heck? So basically, when you're sitting at the 5D and totally knowing you've been through all of the truth and the happening, and you've been through all of the triggers that make you go down here and go, that pisses me off, okay? Hit some truth, get back down here, and then you send yourself love for being so brave in that situation, and you come to 5D again. And I think I'd mentioned too what our, this here. When we hit, like this is 3D down here, down in these vibes. When we hit the truth, our vibrations go down. That's our cognitive dissonance going, they fooled us. They effed us over. They did this. They did that. And then we come to the acceptance part, and we raise up our vibrations. We raise up our vibrations so that by the time the other people, if they want to join us, they got to break through their own 4D truths. So there are going to be people here who cannot accept this. They cannot accept the truth, okay? No. That's no. And those people, that is their free will, okay? However that happens, whatever happens, that's how it will end. But think of it this way. If we're all coming to an event where we all die, that's our 3D dying, then we all come to that 4D awakening at the same time, a bigger one, of a higher consciousness. And then we go even higher and with more frequency cleanup. So I don't know, we can all see this here, but it's going to be a little bit before we're all here. So these people that are fighting the information, I think we've woken up the amount of people that we can wake up. I mean, there are people who are joining on now that always knew something was up, hadn't put all the pieces together, and now are like finding other frequencies to watch, other vibrations, and you know, like a lot of people have a struggle too, because the everyday life isn't something that they really want, you know, like they don't want to hear all this crap. my whole, I won my bet today for Mother's Day. I have 3 boys, 2 from one relationship, one marriage, and one from another 8 years later after the second. So my second is always the one that I think will text me first. He wins. I won today because I bet on him. So I'm like, number 2 will text first. Number 3 will finally remember when he's going to work, probably, or wakes up from wherever. And then my third one's probably helping with the forest fires here in Alberta. That's the other thing I want to get to. The forest fires in Alberta. So if you haven't seen the videos that are going around, I'll mention them. First, there was 18 forest fires started by a female forest fire trainee. So the jokes are all coming out about the female, whatever. They're pretty funny, actually. I'm not going to lie. The Drayton Valley fire, they were told not to take cameras. I saw a video. I don't know whose video it was, so kudos to you for making it and putting the info out. But I'm always about sharing, not necessarily remembering where it came from. So said that they were allowed into Drayton Valley not to take any pictures of the town or anything, but reported that there were no fires of hazard in Drayton Valley itself, and that they were going door to door basically looking for guns. So something's brewing, and they know something's brewing soon. So, yes, again, I'll go back to protection, invisibility, okay? Protection, invisibility. And just think about all of the bots and everything that have been on Twitter and what Elon's done. So I posted on my Telegram today a thing from the Snowden Telegram, whether it's real or not. I thought it made sense. And I post things that I think are worthy of reading and you discerning on your own. But it said basically, why did Elon hire a WEF woman? Well, what is one of the things in, I'm going to not say this word again, but in this movement, what's going to go down? Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Insta, all those. Well, how do you basically get somebody to, and I think all actors, you people listening, all bad actors have been replaced with good actors. They're following a script, okay? They know what is going to happen soon, okay? And future proofs past, okay? All of that is taking into account. So if we've got the lady from Treasury saying, oh, we're running out of money, and we got Tucker leaving and going on Twitter and finally telling some truth, do you think that you're going to see a difference in Tucker Carlson's numbers after the CEO gets to are we going to see a drop in our numbers again? Are like what is going to happen, or will it implode on itself because they basically report on themselves? Hey, Twitter had so much money going, or so many people from the CIA or FBI working there. Twitter had prevented all this information. Twitter shut off all these accounts. Twitter did this. Twitter did that. All the Twitter files come out to public knowledge. They're hidden right now to people who don't want to look them up. So we heard about a few, but if people wanted to know, they wanted to know. They went to Matt Taibbi's, I think that's how you pronounce his last name, and read all the Twitter files. But some people just don't want to know. So there's going to be no hiding from that. Look what just happened on CNN. Oh man, that was funny. That was some good watching. Well done, President Trump. I love all the bad lip reading and all the things that are coming out now. It's so fun. So fun. So it is getting really, really interesting. I'm just trying to read some more comments and go. Okay, so people who are concerned with the two currencies, let's talk about that. I'm talking BRICS currency, the gold back currency, all of that stuff is yes, that's what we want. The other stuff that the Agenda 2030 and all of those dipshits talk about at the WEF, they have to show us everything. So before, the Bilderberg meetings were all hidden. We never knew what the hell they talked about. Now they're showing you right there at the WEF with all these actors. Look what's going on. And what happened years ago. We all saw Angela Merkel flipping out. We all saw the Hillary collapse when she didn't want to get into the van because I think Junior was in there. So there's lots that's happening. Okay, now that the comments come up, I can read them. Happy Mother's Day. Oh, thank you. Thanks, Jeff. Oh, yeah, I know who you are, Q69. My mom in Red Deer says that they're still testing and isolating. Okay, yeah, I know Taco is who posts on my, doop-a-doop-a-doop, Telegram is from Red Deer. And there is a lot of people that are in some of these towns. Like, the city's kind of weird. Red Deer is a woke city. It's just ridiculously woke. It's got so much pedo crap there. And if you haven't seen the Red Deer page, what is going on? I think I disconnected. Oh, I know where it's unconnected now. I hope that's where it is. Something's happening with my laptop. Oh well, I'm sure it's because these things are just not supposed to last long. So now, the other things people keep asking me are about those in Telegram, those TR3B things, not TR, whatever, those certificate things that are in some of these accounts. I don't know. But as I said before, you guys discern where you spend your money and do with what you will. I do know some people that have bought some of those Trump things. They look like little hockey cards. Those are interesting. So what these mean, I'm not entirely sure. So if you've got money kicking around and you want to try it out, well, try it out if you want. If you want. But as I've been saying, and other people, I'm not a financial advisor, firstly, but I have bought personally silver, and I have personally bought some other foreign currency, just because what if it is right? Then I can help out a lot of people with humanitarian money. Maybe before other people. I don't know. But I do believe and I'm just going to go with my birthday here, because that's when the Guidestones came down. Okay? Can't be on July 1st. Can't be on July 4th, because that's Canada and the U.S.'s days. So I think we're going to celebrate on July 6th. Christmas in July. And that's when everybody, like my Vanahans, everybody will be blessed with the Global Economic Security and Reformation Act, however that looks. We will get a lot of money. So maybe there's a time in between where we don't have a lot of money and we have to rely on, say, silver. And silver goes from, say, I'm talking Canadian prices, oh yeah, what happened to Trump? Oh, he was on CNN. I'm just reading those. Yeah, YouTube, it was very good. It was pretty funny. But I forgot what I was saying. Squirrel! This is what's happening today. Squirrel! So, there's a young lady that passed out behind Doug Ford on live TV. I think these are all signs of who's gonna die. So maybe the cadet passing out or the officer passing out at the coronation rehearsal or at the coronation when they just literally came out there and didn't even check his pulse or anything. They just dragged him off. Like, I'm like, holy shit. Poor guy. Collapse. Maybe that's who's gonna die first. I don't know. Maybe that's a sign of who's gonna kill themselves. That would be a funny part of the show. If all of a sudden all those people who died suddenly in front of these big comedians are on these shows, um that was about you know, just who's gonna kill themselves. So, and it will, I think, start a rash. There's gonna be a lot of cowards. The Rock was just charged with something about kids. I don't know what, but it didn't look good for him, that's for sure. Somebody asked me that about in 2020 if he was a good guy, and I'm like, I'm not passing judgment on anybody right now. And the more I'm like, okay, well, yeah, I can pass judgment on a few people, but I try not to. I definitely try not to talk bad about other truthers. So, but I'm glad you guys are seeing. This is my account. Okay. Hello, everybody. Christmas coming early. Yes, I really hope so. I really do. This is literally okay. So if you have the lady from the Treasury coming out and saying, you guys, we're running out of money by June 1st and we can't raise the debt ceiling, like, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? How many clues do people need? Banks going out, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, it's only a few that don't affect me. These 3 banks were bigger than all the banks in 2008. So it's only going to take somebody to literally do something drastic. And if we've all been running the banks dry of currency, which brings me to a funny story. I went into the Devil's Coffee House the other day. You know which one I speak of. I needed it, and I blessed it before I had it. So don't worry about it, okay, people? I'll get over it. And so will my system. But we needed some road coffee, and I'm not drinking Timmy's. It tastes like dish soap. So this was the next best thing in the neighborhood. Anyhow, we're in there, and I say to the clerk, the order comes to $23, and I try to pay him with 100 because I need to break it. Not because I'm a high roller. I just don't have a lot of cash and whatever. And he's like, we can't break that. And I'm like, you guys are like, whatever, say the name, I'm not going to. I'm like, how come you guys never have cash? Like, I swear to God, when I've broken down in the last 4 years, you guys have no change ever. And he's like, yeah, it's really weird. He's a really nice guy, funny. And I said, can I give you a hint of the day? He's like, yeah. I said, go pull out all your money from the bank. He's like, really? And I'm like, if you guys don't have cash, what makes you think the banks have cash? He's like, and I said, go buy yourself some silver. He goes, good thing I got some as a present when I was a kid. So I'm standing there waiting for the drink. My friend's standing beside me, and I'm up against the counter like this, and like right at the corner of the thing, and the barista's in front of me here, and flings water at us by accident, totally by accident, and totally starts apologizing. And if nobody saw the video of the Starbucks clerk who was trans get like fired for being an asshole, this probably won't be any fun to you. But I turned to the clerk and I'm like, that's racist! Really loud. And my friend, who's kind of hard of hearing, was like, what? What's going on? I'm like, she just flicked water at us. Oh, it was funny. She laughed. We all had a good laugh. Everybody had a good laugh. It was just kind of like a break the ice in the Satan's joint. So, yeah, funny. But have I come across Global People's Monetary System? No. You know what's going to be happening? It's called the Quantum Financial System, and it's going to be gold-backed currency. And we'll probably be getting rid of the shitty dollar that we have by August. The gold-backed currency will run in the quantum financial system that's unhackable. Your information will be protected. How, you ask? Let me explain. This is my interpretation. And I was told I was right in 2020. So by some very higher up people that know stuff more than me. Okay. So here's our phones in the new system. Okay. But they don't look like this. Here's our phones in the new system. And when we hold them, it reads our vibration and frequency. Boop. Our heartbeats, our aura, if you will. Our aura. Okay. This has nothing to do with them spying on us, by the way. This has to do with what our consciousness wants to send to other people, to allow other people, our heart vibration. If we are not in a good vibration in this system, say somebody's holding us up at gunpoint or tries to seal, it does not allow that transaction to happen. There is no more hacking in, there's no more spying. No more spying on us. Okay, can I repeat that? No more spying, no more data collection. The way the information is transferred. Think of when we first got televisions and the screens were all shitty and fuzzy and we only had black and white. Okay? Then we got color and everybody's like, ooh, that's so interesting. Ooh. And then all these channels came out and all these programs came out, you know, and all of this stuff came out. Ooh. But did anybody ever think that while they were showing us stuff, we were showing them stuff? Right in here, in here. Everybody's watching all the time through your TVs, your VCRs, your phones, your laptops, your tablets. I'm not just talking about the screen there. Like the wavelengths between when it's open still have a vibration. You're still in the matrix. Anybody watch Minority Report and you see the grid and it's all like this and then the people jump out because they know you're going to commit a crime? That's the QFS system. They can see that in a way that's protecting us instead of harming us. Okay? So that's, I think, one of the things that was programmed into us. Yes, I do. Doug asks, do you think silver prices will overtake gold prices? Yes. I mentioned this in my last show, I think. So people were like, why are you telling people to go buy silver when they have no money? Why are you telling people to go take out all their, it's not, I'm not telling you to. I'm just saying be cautious because if all the banks go down, certain investments will be lost. This has never happened in our lifetime. Those need to come down. So what I think is going to happen with silver prices here in Canada, I think gold is like $2,000 an ounce or around there. I'll just say 2,000 for argument's sake. And gold and silver is $40 an ounce. Okay? What if gold could be recreated and we've been lied to about the value of gold? What if gold is abundant? What if it is everlasting? What if it never runs out? Kind of like the oil field, kind of like water, kind of like everything. Okay? Maybe except for silver. What if silver is a limited situation? You can't recreate silver alchemically. I hope I said that word right. So what if you can't create it? And we've been lied to, so we don't buy silver. Who cares about silver? I'm going to buy gold. I'm going to buy gold. Gold's more valuable, right? I'm going to be a pirate. Buy lots of gold. So what if silver is where it's at? Because when you think about people using silver in colloidal silver, that's healing and it takes out infections, bacteria. I used to sell it for my friend at farmers markets in Nelson and all the area around Nelson, BC. um, about 10 years ago or so. And I'd have to describe what it does to people. And don't ever believe the blue man thing. Like, okay, I don't think you drank that colloidal. That's what they tell you. So you don't drink colloidal silver. But anyways, the colloidal silver, just think of it like a silver ball attracting all junk in your body and then you peeing it out. It just is like a big magnet of garbage collection. It goes in the same way it goes out. Pretty much. But it takes away all the infection. So, yeah. Sonia said silver is God's gold. I bought silver. That can't be recreated. So, yeah, so there's lots of stuff with silver that I think we've been hidden from. And I do believe that in new technology being released in some of these patents that have been hidden, these 6,000 patents that we were told have been hidden from us or more, that silver isn't necessary and can't be recreated in anything. And what if it does supersede the price of gold? Say we lose all fiat currency and there's a period of adjustment where we have to rely on gold and silver, but silver prices go to say $2,000 and match gold right away. I could see that happening because the COMEX silver index is, I think, down like it was at 600 and something, and then it went to 270 the last I saw. So when that bottoms out, that's it for silver. I think that's what that means. People, please correct me when I'm wrong. So, and yeah, I use borax every day in my bath. I love borax baths. And for people who are wondering, I did get asked about this when I was back in my old hometown, how my sore on my leg is. It was about this big. No, I'm not making look at how gimpy my fingers are. Anyways, it was about this big. And I had an owie on the side of my leg and I poked it when I slammed into something and it ruptured and I'm pretty sure it had the C word in it. And I used borax and Epsom salt and you guys would not believe that it was black stuff like coffee grounds, worms, I don't know, little bots, little dust things. It was full of it and it came out and it's almost healed. It's almost healed. So, I want to see what happens. Everything is a waste of my time. Yeah, just go outside, man. Go outside. So that's what yeah. I'm reading more. I don't know. I can't read that fast. My eyes tend to jump. So what else did I want to talk about? I think that's about it. So the other form of currency that people are all panicking, oh, we're going to be in these concentration camps. Stop talking like that. We're going to go back to Kofefe and 2020 and talk about how those big towers won't be doing the things that people think they are. They're going to be helping us. And there'll be technologies that'll heal us and will also be free of the digital slavery. Okay, so there's no more slavery going on either with our information being held, information used against us as our social credit score. I would really hate to see my social credit score. I was thinking about that. I'm like, I'd be probably put in camp right away in China if that's what they want. So, yeah. Gay says, borax in my drinking water, an eighth of a teaspoon, healed my hip arthritis. Took 6 months. Well, that's fantastic. I've also tried the MMS protocol. That works pretty good too. And I've also done the horse paste. I've tried both. If you want to know which one I believe is better for me personally, I've tried the stuff that actual horses use. And Then I've also tried the human form in pills. I preferred the horse particular medicine. I thought it worked better. Maybe it's because I weigh more. I don't know. I'm just kidding. It goes by weight, anyways. Joking. That was a horse joke. If you missed it. Yeah, the good old days. Oh, and yeah, this is what I was saying the other day about the money. Don't you guys want no mortgages? Who the hell wants a mortgage? Like, honestly, I remember when I found out what a scam mortgages were. I think it was probably around, I'll say somewhere in 2003. About 20 years ago, I'm like, and I mean the scam. Like, that you never get out of that contract, like how forwards and backwards, how convoluted it is. I actually read mortgage documents. Yikes. And so, anyways, um, it was always my goal to live mortgage free. So I ended up moving to a small town and buying a really beautiful house for 50,000 cash because I just traded some things around. People were like, in the city were like, why would you move out to the middle of Manitoba? And I'm like, I don't want to pay a mortgage. And trust me, this house is like something you would see in Kensington for 2 mil. I don't care. Like, it's perspective. I don't want to work that hard. I wanted to spend more time with my son and live in a smaller town and yeah, all of that stuff. So I changed my life and I've been working towards having like I don't have credit card. I don't have any of that stuff or have had it for a long time. I think I haven't had my last credit card was I think 8 or 9 years ago. What's the point? It's just it's almost a debt contract. My son, this is the funniest 3D thing. My son needs help doing paperwork. I won't say on any spectrum, but some things are overwhelming to him. I don't know if it's a dude thing or whatever. It's like, no, I can't do this without your guidance, Mom. I trust your judgment. He's applying for a credit card. And we know what we know, okay? We know what we know. And he's like, should I get this one or that one? And I'm like, the one that says cash back on it. And he's like, okay. Why? Well, just in case you need rent money or something. Should I get this one or that one? That one has no annual fee. Take that one. Like, I was just. But it was the most funny thing I probably could be doing because it's something that he does not need to know. But he was thinking about being responsible. He only wanted a $500 limit. Like, he's 24. Took him to like 19 before he got a phone, for crying out loud. Yeah. My kids aren't into the whole social media thing like that. My middle son today, when he texts me, he's like, I said something about the fires or how my oldest son might be helping out with the fires here. And I said, oh, about the Drayton Valley. He goes, oh, I don't pay attention to the news. And I'm like, well, pretty soon the news is going to be paying attention and following you around. You won't be able to hide from it. But don't worry, we're going to be okay. And he's like, I know that, Mom. So, anyways, so yes, we are the directors of their own script. Everyone is the cast actors. They all play a part. I agree. And we manifest our own reality. But let's just pay mind to all of us right now who are watching and just know that 3 years we've been sitting here and going through such a wide variety of topics and discerning what was right, what was wrong to us in that moment. And there was a lot of deception thrown at us at times. And we had to weed through that. And because they could never just come out and say, this is what we're doing. That's the plan. So part of the plan, I do believe, is trusting that the system has to come down and we do have to lose stuff that we had in the 3D system because we were living in a material world, haha, and now we're going to a spiritual world. And it has nothing to do with about how much stuff you own, who did wrong, anything like that. It's about love and a frequency that even on our happiest of happy, happy days, I don't think we can experience the joy that we're going to be experiencing soon. So, yeah. And many people are on different timelines, but I believe when they cure themselves of their programs, of whatever's bringing them down, it it changes their timeline. It collapses that timeline. It's just like an alcoholic deciding never to drink again, or a drug addict, or whatever, or sex addict, whatever. Just stop doing what that, and it changes that timeline. That's not who I am anymore. Like it, you can talk about all of those empowered people. Ooh, there's ambulances in our neighborhood. I don't like hearing those. I hope it's something not important. So, but anyways, it's almost an hour of Mother's Day. And if you haven't gone on to my Rumble, it's Raven Moonstone, all one word. That might be the only place you get to watch my videos. The reason I did 2 live videos, one on Facebook, one on YouTube today, is because I have to take my laptop and move all my old videos into a hard drive so I can record more and store them. So, but just know that everything's going to be okay no matter what. Um, we'll make it through all of this. I'm pretty calm. And before I go, a Mother's Day card reading, because I love the last card reading. Oh, there's how many people? 67 people watching. And 31, 100. So that must mean there's 200 people watching. I know there's sometimes more. So, and I don't blame anybody for going to eat dinner. It's 122 now, and I just talked about day 122. Isn't that funny? I'm going to go help my friend cut her grand fur babies, the cat's hair, and trim their nails soon. So we're just waiting for them to mellow out. It should be an okay day. Everything's gonna be okay. So happy to get my karma back. I love that. I love my karma. I love my karma. I'll take some videos from there maybe one day. Oh, look at that. What did we talk about today? Well, here we're all our own storytellers with the Bard. It's about music, poetry, myth, history, the enchantment of storytelling, which when you're on Mother's Day with your kids, you're always storytelling. I love it. Focus on protection. That big topic of protection, armor of God, and the Lady of Lake, which is absolute truth, courage, self-respect, and responsibility. And what better card for Mother's Day but the most powerful woman with wielding the sword. Whoop, whoop. Isn't that amazing? I love the Lady of the Lake. And for all you women out there, moms, and for all the moms of rainbow babies, and happy Mother's Day to Bud's mom, my little angel, who's saying, I can't wait to see you again, Auntie. I'm really excited. He's like my 4th son. I love that baby. And just all the moms out there, and grandmoms and all of that. Oh, I gotta show you guys this. She's probably gonna get upset that I'm showing you. Hold on one sec. Let's see here. I took a picture of this friend who popped by. It's my friend's friend, and I gotta show you how fabulous she looks. Okay? You know, you always have that. I gotta show you because she has such courage in dressing like this, and she's taking her child to a concert. So this is how she's celebrating her Mother's Day, by honoring her grandchild, and I think it's amazing. So she dressed up for going out, but she dresses this spectacular normally, so I hope you can see her. I'll hold it up to each camera. Isn't that amazing? I'll hold it up here. There she is. I'll just call her Badass. She's like so cool. And she's got such a funny personality. She's just such a great person. So I was like, oh, you know that one friend that shows up anywhere and makes you look like you're wearing a potato sack and you're this? in all the pictures. That's her. But I appreciate it because on the other side of it, I dress how I want, but I don't get people stopping and wanting to take my picture unless I have dreads in my hair. But they want to give me money or food. I dress kind of maybe like a homeless person. I don't know. I just dress like me. I wear leggings and ripped torn shorts over top because there's no pockets on leggings. Where else am I going to keep my lighter and my important business? Jeez, people, get with the fashion of the Raven people. Just teasing. Obviously, no F's were given by me ever either. But I appreciate that lady. She's got so much class and style, like bam, kicking up a notch. So everybody have a great day. Oh, at 1 hour exactly. I will talk to you soon. I love you all. I love you all. Oh, Linda, you're a mother to many. Don't forget about the mothers who are mothers to many, okay? In the feminine energy. Bless you all today. I love you all. All women. Whoop whoop. And see YouTube, you get another second or so. Everybody have a great day. I love you all. Take care.